One rainy day, a lost little puppy appeared at the home of a kindly old couple.
Oh, darling, come here.
Oh, you're so wet, poor little puppy.
My poor little sweet thing, you must be lost.
I know we'll keep you at our house.
The puppy was pleased to hear all this and wagged its tail. The childless old couple named the pup Shiro and took great care of him. Shiro was so well cared for by the old couple that he grew healthy and strong.
Now, what's the matter, Shiro? What is it? Hey!
The way Shiro tugged at the old man's trousers, it looked as though he was trying to lead him somewhere.
This way, is it? All right.
Following Shiro's lead, the old man climbed a mountain.
Now look, Shiro. Just where are you taking me?
After a while, Shiro stopped and waited.
Why have you taken me all the way here, Shiro?
Dig here.
Huh?
Here.
You think there's something here?
What did the old man discover but silver and gold coins gleaming before him?
Oh, Shiro, then you knew all about this?
When the old man brought the treasure home, his wife's eyes went big as saucers.
Shiro must really be a gift from the gods.
Yes, I'd say so. We can't use so much money. I think we should give some to the poor.
Honey, I think you're right.
That dog knows something about buried treasure. Oh, dearest!
What? You think that dog has special powers or something?
No mistake. I saw it with my own eyes.
All right, we'll take Shiro and dig up some buried treasure ourselves, but we won't give any of it away. It's all ours.
The very next morning, the greedy old man went and borrowed Shiro, saying that he was needed for farm work. The greedy old man was lying. The kindly old couple did not question the greedy old man's motives and lent him Shiro.
All according to plan.
Now you look good and hot for us, right, Pochi?
Huh? Was that his name?
Any name will do. Who cares?
Good point.
The greedy old man tied a rope around Shiro's neck and dragged him off towards the mountain.
Hey, dog, can't you walk any faster? Where's the treasure?
Not knowing what to do, Shiro stopped in his tracks.
Oh, so you mean it's here?
What the old man had dug up was a pile of stinking rubbish.
You dare lie to me! I'll teach you, you worthless mutt!
Shiro was beaten and beaten and beaten to death.
Oh, good morning. I've come to collect Shiro.
Oh, Shiro, he fell ill suddenly and died.
Oh,
Not to worry. Your doggy is buried good and proper.
Oh, how could you do this?
I stuck a branch in the ground where he's buried. Easy to spot.
Shiro! Oh, poor Shiro! No! Shiro, poor Shiro! 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 Oh, Shiro! Oh, poor little Shiro! Huh? Huh?
To the old man's amazement, the branch had turned into a large log before his very eyes. The old man took the log home and made it into a mortar.
If we use this to make rice cakes, maybe we'll feel a little as though Shiro is back.
When the old man began to pound the rice,
My goodness!
each time he struck a blow with his mallet, the mortar filled with gold coins.
What on earth?
Well, I don't know what this is truly astonishing.
Now it's the mortar. I'll have to tell the greedy old man.
The very next day, the greedy old man went to borrow the mortar. Once again, the kindly old man did not doubt him, but lent it gladly.
Okay, so this time we're going to get some treasure all our own.
The old woman started to pound only a tiny amount of rice. And then...
Oh, no, not again! Nothing but rubbish! Right this instant, I'm gonna take that lump of wood and burn it to a cinder!
Hello. I've come to take back my mortar.
Oh, that mortar. Well, I broke that, you know. Not to worry. I thought it was dangerous as is, so I burned it.
Shiro, now look what's become of you. Shiro. Oh, Shiro, poor Shiro. You suffered again, and it's my fault. I'm truly sorry.
The kindly old man apologized through his tears. He collected Shiro's ashes in a wicker basket and headed for home.
Oh no! The ashes!
An astounding thing had happened. The ashes, swept up by the wind, settled on a barren tree, which then bloomed spectacularly.
Oh, Shiro, it is you who has made this tree bloom.
Happy now, the old man climbed a tree, and when he scattered Shiro's ashes to the wind, one after another, they filled with blossoms as cute as Shiro himself.
Oh, Shiro, it's as if you're there, smiling.
News spread of the old man flower who could make barren trees bloom. And when the king of the castle saw it for himself, he was most pleased. The old man received many valuable gifts in reward. When Mr. and the greedy old woman learnt of this,
We'll make our trees bloom too! Get those ashes!
What are you saying? There aren't any left.
Then we'll use this dirt! Bloom, damn you! Ah! Bloom, blossom!
Many years ago, young boys often entered Buddhist temples to train to become monks. In a temple called Angokuji in Kyoto lived one such trainee named Ikkyu. He was 5 years old and had just arrived at the temple. But Ikkyu was a little unusual.
Huh? What's that? Look, Kikiyu, you have turned your back on the holy image. Don't you think that's disrespectful?
I do not.
Heaven will punish you.
Yesterday, Master, you said...
No, Ikiyu. You must never blow out the candles with your own breath.
But why, Master?
Do you not realize how obnoxious human breath is to the Buddha?
Then how do you blow out the candles?
Wave your hands to make a breeze, but never breathe at the Buddha like that.
So I am facing the other way so as not to breathe on the Buddha.
Oh,
I see.
No, we do not see.
The usually strict monk had a secret pleasure. The monks rarely got to eat malt syrup, but he had a secret supply, which he consumed privately. The monk wanted this to stay secret, but the trainee monks knew all about it.
Gee, malt syrup. I want some too.
The monk keeps it all for himself. Aww. Master, yesterday you were eating malt syrup in secret. We want to have some too, please.
The monk was a little surprised.
Oh, that may have looked like maple syrup, but really it's poisonous to children. Taste it and you die.
That sounds fishy.
I'm off.
Be well!
The master's inkstone.
This was a disaster. By accident, the monk's treasured inkstone had been broken. The boy responsible looked like he was about to cry.
The master will be angry.
What do we do?
Malt syrup. All right, even if it's poison, lick some. Now let's think.
That evening, the monk came home to find his treasured inkstone broken and his malt syrup all gone.
What's going on? Trainees! What are they doing?
We accidentally broke your cherished inkstone. To atone for this by dying, we tried licking some of the master's poison.
We licked and licked, but...
The malt syrup? They've got me!
We're still alive.
All right, that's enough!
The older trainees came to rely very much on the clever Ikkyu. The monk had a friend named Kikusai. He would come to the temple once every 3 days or so and play Go, staying late into the night. The rule was that until the monk went to bed, the trainees couldn't either.
When he comes, we lose sleep.
The next time Mr. Kikusai came...
What's this? People wearing fur may not enter the temple? Huh, meaning my fur vest?
Mr. Chikusai is in a pickle.
Nice try, but kid stuff.
Mr. Chikusai, you're wearing fur. You can't come in.
But the temple itself has a leather drum in the main altar room. Treat my fur vest with equal respect.
All right, but we beat this drum daily. With this!
Yeah! I've been had! Not bad!
From that day forth, Kikusai did not play Go so late into the night. One day, the monk and Ikkyu were invited to Kikusai's home. There was a bridge in front of the entrance.
What's this? What's this? Do not cross the bridge. But without crossing the bridge, you can't gain entrance. But Ikkyu, it says don't cross.
I didn't cross it, but I walked across it. The sign doesn't say both are bad. Come on, Master.
I get it. Clever. I've been had again.
Ikkyu's fame spread to the capital, reaching Shogun's ears.
Anybody here?
The Shogun had dispatched a retainer to invite Ikkyu for a visit.
Invitation to Ikkyu, the famous one.
Yes, sir.
Accompanied by the monk, Ikkyu went to visit the Shogun in his palatial residence.
So you are Ikkyu. Welcome.
Yes, sir. I'm Ikkyu. Thank you for your invitation.
It is said that you are rather clever for one so young.
The Shogun took a great liking to Ikkyu, and they had a wonderful time together.
That's marvelous.
When it came time to part,
I have a boon to ask.
Your wish is my command, my lord.
It may be just a little bit difficult.
When people use their heads, they can usually manage.
Psst, don't boast.
the Shogun had begun this as a joke. Now he became serious.
The problem is this.
What a magnificent tiger! What's the matter?
At night, this tiger springs off the screen and wreaks havoc. I want you to subjugate it for me.
How could EQ ever do anything about a tiger in a painting? Everyone felt sorry for him.
Leave it up to me. Get me a stout rope. I'm ready. Shogun, please now drive the tiger out of the screen.
What?
Now! Be quick! My lord, do hurry! Be quick! Be quick! Go on! Drive him out! Hurry! Hurry!
Who'd have thought? Oh dear. All right, you win, EQ.
Greatly impressed with EQ's cleverness, the Shogun rewarded him with many presents.
Go forth and use your superior talents to better the world.
EQ finished his training and became a great Buddhist monk. He was never haughty. He treated rich and poor, high and low exactly alike, and did indeed use his wits to make our world a better place. Once upon a time, there was a young man who lived all alone in the mountains. He worked hard, but he was poor. One winter day, when he was on his way home from collecting wood, he heard a strange sound. Curious, the young man went to see what it was. He found a beautiful crane caught in a trap. The young man felt sorry for the crane and released it from the trap.
Well, you're gonna be all right. Next time, be a little more careful.
The crane made a loud cry as if to answer and flew away high in the sky. A few days later, on a very snowy night,
Who could that be on a night like tonight?
I'm traveling, and unfortunately I've lost my way. Could you please put me up for the night?
My gosh, yes. Come on in, please. Come on in. It's cold.
Although he didn't have much, the young man gave the young woman a hot meal. Outside, the snow began to blow, and it continued the next day and the next. In gratitude for having a place to stay, the young woman cooked and cleaned and mended. It was as if a flower had bloomed in this lonely house. The young man thought of how wonderful it would be to have her stay here and live with him. He prayed the snow would never stop. But finally, the snowstorm was over. And on this clear blue day, the young woman said,
Please let me be your wife, oh beloved.
I'm a poor man. I can't give you a good life.
I don't care. I just want to be with you.
And so they became husband and wife and lived a frugal yet happy life. One day just before the new year, the young man muttered to himself,
Now I have a wife. If only we could greet the new year in a little more comfort.
The next day, the young woman said to the young man,
I want to weave, my love, so please make me a weaving room, would you?
The young man obliged and made her a weaving room in the back of the house. As she went into the room, the young woman said to the young man,
When I am weaving, you must never peek inside. Promise me truly.
He could hear the sound of her loom behind the door. The young woman kept weaving for 3 days and nights without leaving the room. As he had promised, the young man did not look into the room. On the morning of the 4th day, the young woman came out of the weaving room and presented the young man with the smooth and beautiful cloth.
Take this to the town and sell it.
Doing as she asked, the young man took the cloth and went into town. When he displayed the cloth out, people gathered around. Everyone was astonished by the beauty of the cloth, and it sold at once. The young man went home and happily told his wife what had happened.
The people crowded all around. It was amazing.
The new year arrived. With the money they had made, they were able to eat better than usual and cheerfully welcome in the new year. After a while, the young woman went back into the weaving room.
Don't peek, okay? Promise me you won't peek.
Again, she kept weaving morning and night. On the morning of the 5th day, she finally came out of the room. The cloth was even more beautiful than before, but the young woman looked a bit thinner. In town, a draper who had heard rumors about the cloth came and bought it for a high price.
We won't have to worry about money for a while. This is wonderful. It sold for even more than before. Really, your cloth is incredibly popular.
Just a few days after that, the draper came to the young man's house.
The king was greatly impressed by that cloth. Next time, I think he says he will pay even more. Oh. Please then tell me, how is the cloth woven? You know, I have never seen such beautiful cloth.
Even I have never seen it being woven. It's a promise to my wife.
Even the husband can't see it. You know, that's very strange.
The young man could see the draper's point, but he couldn't break his promise to his wife. So he refused to show the draper how she wove it. That night, he told his wife about the king's offer.
We'll probably be better able to live better than ever.
Yes, but I'm tired, and I was hoping to rest from weaving for a while.
I think it's okay for just one more time, okay?
All right.
So she went back into the weaving room. But this time, the sound of the loom sometimes stopped.
Come to think of it, she has been looking a bit thin lately.
The young man suddenly began to worry about his wife. Then he recalled the words of the draper.
Even the husband can't see it, you know. That's very strange.
That's right. We're man and wife. It'll be all right just to take a peek.
The young woman was not there. It was a crane, weaving its own feathers into cloth.
A crane? So it's you!
I am the crane you saved. I came here to repay you for your kindness. I wanted to see you happy, but now that you know who I really am, I cannot stay any longer.
No, forgive me. You don't have to weave anymore. Crane, please don't go away.
Goodbye.
And she was gone. When the young man rushed outside, he saw a crane flying way up in the sky. And the young man was left standing, all alone in the snow, looking up at the sky.
Long ago in a village by the sea, there was a young man named URASHIMA TARO. He made his living by going out to the sea in his rowboat every day to catch fish. But one day, when Taro went out to sea, he couldn't catch any fish. So he quit early and went back to shore. There he found some village children making a commotion.
What is it?
Oh,
I've never seen that before. What is it? Oh.
Going closer, he saw a baby turtle exhausted by the children's torment.
Get out of here.
Taro took pity on the poor little turtle. He took the baby turtle home and nursed it back to health. The next day, the baby turtle was fine, so Taro released it back into the sea, where it swam happily away and disappeared. A few days later, when Taro was fishing as usual,
Mr. URASHIMA, Mr. URASHIMA Taro.
he heard a voice calling his name. URASHIMA Taro thought it strange to hear a voice way out at sea, but then he heard his name called again, and the sound was coming from the water.
messenger from the Dragon King of the Sea. The baby turtle you saved was from the palace of the Sea Dragon. I will take you there to repay you for your kindness. Get on my back.
Urashima Taro did as he was told and got onto the turtle's back.
Welcome to the palace of the Sea Dragon. My name is Otohime. I am the turtle you saved the other day. I wanted to see the world above, so I changed myself into a turtle.
The turtle he rescued had become this beautiful princess. Urashima Taro was astounded.
Please come this way. My father wishes to thank you himself.
Welcome, Master Urashima. Thank you for saving my daughter. You may enjoy yourself here as long as you please.
Urashima Taro was treated to a fabulous reception, and the mysterious day was over.
Yay!
La la la, la 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 la, la la la.
Each day was like a dream. Then one day,
This is a room where one forgets time.
Urashima Taro was taken to a special room.
In this room, one can quickly spend an enjoyable year. But don't use it too much, as there is no way to turn time back. Have fun, but be careful.
Urashima Taro forgot all about the passage of time. He enjoyed himself in the Rim of Time again and again. Nevertheless, eventually he remembered his other life above the sea. The next day, he asked about going home.
Don't talk about that. Just live here and have fun.
Otohime was overcome with sadness, but she couldn't stop him. Urashima Taro's mind was made up.
Then it can't be helped. Take this as a memento. With it, you can come back to the Palace of the Sea, but you must never, ever open the lid in your world. Never.
And so, as he had come, Urashima Taro once again got on the turtle's back and left the Palace of the Sea Dragon. Urashima Taro went back to the village he missed so much. The village, however, had changed. Where his house had been was now a big field with big trees and overgrown weeds. And the villagers were all people he didn't know. As Urashima Taro hung around aimlessly,
Young man, is something wrong?
Do you know the house that was here?
Ah, yes. There used to be a deserted old house, but that was long ago.
Long ago.
then Urashima Taro knew that what seemed like months at the palace of the Sea Dragon had passed as decades or even centuries here in the village. Forgetting Otohime's warning never to open the box, instantly, Urashima Taro's hair was gone, and he changed into a withered old man with a bent back. No longer having any place where he belonged, Urashima Taro just disappeared. Some say he turned into a crane and flew off somewhere. But that is another story.
This is a story about a cold land in the north, many, many years ago. Deep in the rugged mountains lay a small village. In this village, an old lumberjack named Mosaku lived with his son, Minokichi, who was also a lumberjack.
It'll snow come nightfall.
Yes, Pa. Let's head into the mountains early.
Mosaku and Minokichi lived as lumberjacks, but in the winter, when the mountains were covered with snow, they would go off with their guns to hunt. The two climbed hills and crossed valleys and went deep into the mountain. But that day, there wasn't a single pheasant, not a single deer.
Strange. What's going on here?
Some days are like this, that's all.
Seeking wild animals, the two went further and further into the mountains. Suddenly, the sky grew heavy. The wind began to blow. Snow fell.
This looks bad. It's begun to snow. Pa, we've got to go home at once.
No, we're too late. We'll freeze to death before we get home. There's a lumberjack's cabin around here someplace.
The pair trod mountain paths as the snow fell.
There, the lumberjack's cabin. Pa, it's right over there.
Sure started snowing sooner than I expected. Huh. The snow will let up tomorrow morning. I shall get some rest.
Yeah. I'll just stay up a bit and see the fire doesn't go out. You go ahead and go to sleep.
But in the gentle warmth of the fire, both of them, exhausted by the events of the day, soon fell fast asleep.
Oh, it's cold. Papa, that woman.
You are young. The fire of life burns beautifully in you. I have decided not to take it from you. However, you must never speak of this to anyone. The instant you do, your beautiful life will also be frozen.
Huh?
had it all been a dream? Minokichi was so shocked he lost consciousness. Finally, it was morning. Minokichi awoke to find his father, Mokichi, frozen to death. Winter passed, spring came. Summer passed, then it was autumn. Minokichi became a most silent man. He lived a lonely, solitary life. Finally, another winter came, enveloping the mountains in its snowy embrace.
Huh? Who's there at this hour? Wait, I'll open the door.
Standing there in front of him was an exquisite young woman.
I am a traveler. I have lost my way. I am in some distress. Won't you give me shelter for just one night?
Oh.
Faced with the sudden appearance of this beautiful girl, Minokichi's own face turned red as he let her into the house.
In this snow? You must be frozen. Come, my food is humble, but please at least have something hot.
Thank you, but hot foods are not really.
Oh, hot foods. Oh yes, if it's too hot, I see. You're sensitive to that.
I'm sorry.
The young woman said her name was Oyuki. They fell in love and became husband and wife. They began to live happily ever after. Once again, smiles began to wreathe the face of the previously glum Minokichi.
It's all thanks to Oyuki.
Blessed with 5 children, the family got along well and worked hard, to the envy of the other villagers. Every day was a happy day, except during the hot days of summer, when Oyuki would grow faint and collapse. At such times, the kind Minokichi helped Oyuki, and the family continued to live in harmony. Strangely, Oyuki remained as young and beautiful as the first day she came to Minokichi's house. Then, one cold winter's evening,
Look, Oyuki. When you came to be my bride, I was truly happy. And come to think of it, it was snowing like this the night we first met. You haven't changed in the least. Even now, you're just as young as you were on that day. I wish my father could have seen you.
Minokichi was suddenly reminded of that terrible stormy night his father died.
Caught in a snowstorm in the mountains, we had to take shelter in a lumberjack's cabin. Oh, sorry for such an upsetting reminiscence. I've never told anybody about it before. Somehow, looking at your face, it all came back to me.
Beloved,
Huh? What is it, Aoki?
beloved, didn't you make a promise then?
Yes?
I surely warned you.
You did?
I was the snow woman. You made a clear promise, and you broke it just as clearly. I'm sure I told you then that if you spoke to anyone about what happened, I would freeze you to death. But I cannot do it. When I think of our children, I cannot do that. I myself shall leave. Take care of the children. Take care.
Oyuki, I'm sorry. Oyuki, It was my fault. Come back! Come back!
Minokichi rushed outside after her, but Oyuki's lovely figure was nowhere to be seen. She had vanished into the snowy night.
Oyuki!
As Oyuki had wished, Minokichi took the greatest care of their children and raised them well, and he continued to dream of meeting Oyuki again. In the cold North Country, some people claim that the Snow Woman exists to this day. Whether it is because she has not forgotten the gentle Minokichi, or because she misses the children she left behind, it is her voice, they say, that can be heard lamenting in the mountains she haunts. Ooh. Ooh.
Once upon a time, there lived an old couple who were very happy together. When the old man went to gather firewood, his wife made rice balls for him.
Eat these when you get hungry.
They certainly look delicious, don't they? Thank you.
In good spirits, the old man set off for the mountain. As he collected brushwood, he forgot about the time. He gathered lots of firewood.
There, and one more, and another.
Before he realized it, it was noon.
Time for a lunch break. Oh, I'm hungry.
The old man sat down on a hill with a nice view and carefully opened up the cloth bundle containing the rice balls.
This looks so good.
When oops, it slipped out of his grasp, fell and rolled downhill. The rice ball bounced and bounded down the slope of the mountain, rolling on and on.
Stop! Stop! No! Oh, stop!
The old man ran after it desperately, but when it came to the bottom of the hill, the rice ball went plop right into a hole in the ground. The hole was dark. The old man peered in but couldn't see anything.
Oh, that's too bad. What a waste.
Just then, from the same hole, came the happy sounds of music and song.
Rice balls roll along, plop, plop, plop. Roll along, roll
The old man certainly cheered up, and before he knew it, he was dancing.
balls
Yes.
roll along,
What a funny song. Oh.
roll along, roll along, plop.
I sure would like to hear more of this song.
The old man dropped another rice ball down the hole.
Rice balls
When he did so, the singing began again.
Oh.
roll along, plop, plop, plop. Rice balls roll along, plop, plop, plop.
More, please let me hear some more singing.
And finally, the old man dropped the last of his rice balls down the hole.
Rice
When he did, the singing started up again.
plop, plop.
Oh.
Happy, happy, happy are we. Plop, plop, plop.
Eventually, the singing stopped again, but now there were no more rice balls left either.
Well, this is no fun. Hey, let me hear that song again, please.
He shouted and shouted into the hole, but there was no reply.
Oh!
The old man had fallen right into the hole.
Roll along, plop, plop, plop. Roll along.
He heard singing again, coming from somewhere close.
The old man rolls
The
along.
bottom of the hole was the land of mice. The mice were singing as they worked together happily to pound rice into rice cakes.
Rice cake, bam, bam, bam. Eat rice,
What?
rice, yum, yum.
A mouse approached the astonished old man.
Rice cake, bam, bam, bam.
I
I am the leader of all the mice. It is my honor to say thank you, Mr. Man, for the rice balls. We are mice who love to sing. It's nothing special, but please allow us to show our appreciation by entertaining you.
The old man was shown to a splendid seat.
Roll along, plop, plop, plop. Make nice rice cake, bam, bam, bam. Eat nice rice
This is just marvelous.
The old man feasted on rice cakes and liquor. The sticky rice cakes made by the mice were exceptionally tasty. The old man sang and danced and had a wonderful time with the mice.
Make nice rice cake, bam, bam, bam.
I've taken up too much of your time. I really think I should be going.
I see. Well, please take a gift with you. A large box and a small box. Please choose one.
You're sending me home with a present as well? Oh, you're too kind. Since I must choose, I choose this little one.
And he took the smaller of the two boxes.
We'll accompany you as far as the rim of the hole.
Please close your eyes and count to 3.
I understand. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
When the old man opened his eyes, he was standing outside the hole.
Such strange things I've just seen. Maybe I dreamed it all.
But the small box he was holding was proof that the old man had not been dreaming after all. The old man took the box back home.
My, what an adventure!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness gracious me! Oh,
When the old man and his wife opened the box, they were astounded. The box was packed full of gold coins.
Well, what a really wonderful thing.
The old man and his wife held hands and rejoiced.
So you can turn rice balls into gold. Nice to know.
The greedy old man had been spying on the two of them all this time. Desiring gold coins for himself, he took a small rice ball to the large mouse hole.
Okay, here goes.
Rice balls, roll
He tossed in the rice ball, and sure enough, soon he could hear a happy song.
roll along, plop, plop, plop.
The greedy old man jumped right into the hole.
Roll along,
So, the land of the mice.
rice balls,
In the land of the mice were still pounding out rice cakes.
roll along, plop, plop.
Hey, I tossed down a rice ball. Where's my present? My box?
Yes, sir. There's a big box and a little box. Which one would you like to pick, sir?
It occurred to the greedy old man that he would very much like to have both boxes. And so,
I'll take them both.
the greedy old man's imitation of a wildcat threw the mice into an uproar. They rushed hither in panic and yonder in fear. Everything in the land of mice was destroyed. And then the lights went out.
Oh, where are those boxes? Can't see anything. Oh,
The greedy old man crawled about in the dirt, searching with his hands back and forth. Somehow, he managed to crawl out of the hole.
I sure blew it this time. That was a rough ride.
The greedy old man's hands and face were smeared with dirt. His clothes were in tatters.
Oh, I shouldn't have been so greedy.
The greedy old man went back up the mountain, shoulders drooping, head hanging. Meanwhile, the kindly old man and his wife were busy sharing their gold with other villagers.
Oh, this is great. Thanks.
If you want to thank anybody, thank the mice.
Huh? The mice?
The kindly old couple turned to each other and smiled. They and the rest of the villagers went over to the giant mouse hole. As thanks for the gold, they dropped down more rice balls.
Rice balls.
When they did that, the mice could once again be heard singing happily down in their hole.
Along, plop, plop, plop. Rice balls roll along, plop, plop, plop.
The mice and the villagers became good friends and lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, there lived an old man and his wife. Although they were happy together, the old couple wished for a child.
Dear God, please bring us a child. Any child will do. We will love and cherish it.
Each day, the old man and old woman prayed for a child. Then one day, their wish came true. A baby was born to the old couple. It was a tiny little boy, as big as a thumb.
Oh, what a cute little baby boy.
Indeed, God has blessed us, my husband. He's lovely.
So they named their cute little son Inch Boy. Soon he grew and could play around outside. He was a healthy child. But because he was so small, Inch Boy couldn't play with the other children in the village.
He sure eats a lot. Why doesn't he grow any bigger?
Well, he seems healthy enough. You just let him be.
I wonder if he will be happy with his life.
Then one day,
Mother, Father, I have a request.
Why, Inch Boy, what on earth could it be?
Please let me go to the city. I want to see the whole world, learn important things, and become a really great man.
The city is so far away. Who knows how long it'll take you to get there as you're so small.
Don't worry, don't worry. I just have to go downriver to get to the city. A little bird told me.
That may be well, my boy, but you know...
All right, you may do as you wish. When you become great, come back and see us.
Yes, sir.
the day to set off arrived. Inch Boy put a sewing needle in a scabbard for his sword, and with a bowl for a boat and chopsticks for oars, he set off for the city.
Oh, please be careful.
I will. I'll be back.
Dear
Take
Inch
care of
Boy,
yourself.
Be careful.
Inch Boy happily set off down the river. Some days it rained. Some days the wild wind blew. Some days he faced danger. But Inch Boy kept going down the river. Until one day he saw a large bridge up ahead. He had finally arrived at the city.
Wow! So many people. This is nothing like my home village.
Inch Boy slipped past the many feet, taking care not to be trampled as he walked along the busy street.
First, I must find someone important.
As he was walking along, he came to a huge palace. It was the mansion of a high-ranking government minister.
Hello? Please open the door.
That's strange. There's no one here.
Here I am.
What?
Down here. My name is Inch Boy. Please take me to the master of the house.
Inch Boy, huh? What an unusual boy you are. Come this way, please. Oh, my.
The servant was very surprised, and he took Inchboy to meet the minister. The minister had also never seen such a tiny person before. He stared at Inchboy.
I may be small, but I assure you I can work just as hard as anyone else. Please, please let me study here.
You are small indeed, but you seem to have big ambitions.
The minister took a liking to Inchboy and gave him a place in the palace. Inchboy worked with all his might. He learned how to read and write. He studied sword fighting. The minister's daughter was a princess. She adored Inchboy and always kept him by her side and taught him poetry. Many years passed by. Although Inchboy never grew any larger, he became one of the minister's most trusted servants. Then one fine spring day, the princess decided to visit the Kannon temple at Kiyomitsu. Inchboy accompanied her. After they'd paid their respects and were walking back down the long stone steps, suddenly the sky turned black. An evil wind began to blow.
What's with the wind?
The princess looked up and saw two terrible demons swinging iron clubs perched on the roof of the temple.
Demons! The demons have come!
We're here for the lovely princess. Hand her over.
Those gonna make us.
Go away, you demons! Go away! What a bunch of cowards. What a bunch of cowards.
Stop! I won't let you lay a finger on the princess!
Did you say something? What's a little pipsqueak like you gonna do to stop us? That tiny little girl thought she could fight us. What a joke!
Inchboy was stabbing the demon from inside with his needle.
Stop!
Take that! And that!
Oh, that hurts!
The demon couldn't stand the pain, and pretty soon he threw Inchboy out.
Cut it out! It hurts! Go!
Ben, are you going to leave the princess alone?
Okay.
Take that! Are you?
We'll never bother her again.
Good. Then I'll let you go. Now get out of here and never come back!
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Inchboy.
You're safe now, princess. They'll never come back. Look, the demons forgot something.
Oh, my goodness. This is a very special magical mallet. One swing of that mallet and your wish will be granted. Inchboy, now what do you wish for?
Well, if my wish will come true, I wish to be big.
Inchboy, grow! Inchboy, grow! Grow now! Wow!
Before her very eyes, Inchboy grew into a strapping, handsome young man. Now that he was big, he worked even harder than ever before. He became a great man who was respected by all those around him. The minister was delighted and asked him to take the princess's hand in marriage. Soon after, he and the princess went to the village where he was born to see the old man and his wife. He invited them to come to the city, and they all lived happily ever after.
It was New Year's Eve. In a humble cottage lived a poor elderly man and his wife. The next day would be New Year's, yet they had no rice for the rice cake.
Without rice, we won't be greeting the new year properly. We can sell these.
We've got no choice.
It was decided the old man would take the old clothes to town to sell them.
All right, I'm off.
Now, you take care now. Fare thee well.
And the old man headed off in the direction of town. When the old man reached the outskirts of his village, he came face to face with 7 child gods that guarded the village.
Out here in the snow? The poor things. You must be cold. But I have nothing to offer you except my humble apologies.
The old man bowed, then proceeded in the snow. At last, he had reached the town.
Hey, some clothes for sale. How about it? Come feel this fabric. That's quality. How about it? Come feel this fabric. That's quality.
However, everyone was busy on New Year's Eve, and no one paid any attention to the old man's cries.
Come on.
All too soon came the dawn, and still the old man had not sold a single piece of clothing.
I haven't been able to buy any rice. The wife will be so very disappointed. Hey, you there. Me?
Standing before him was a man selling hats.
Very nice new clothes there. You don't have any buyers?
No, I haven't. Not a single one.
I guess I do see. In that case, would you consider exchanging those old clothes for my hats? I'm afraid I made too many of them.
Hats?
The old man wondered what to do. He'd rather have rice than hats, but the man trying to sell the hats looked so pitiful that the old man changed his mind.
All right, let's exchange my used clothes for your hats.
Really? Thank you. You are too kind.
There we go. Well then, Happy New Year.
You have a safe trip home.
Thanks.
Carrying the hats on his back, the old man retraced his steps. After he had been walking for a while through the falling snow, he found himself back in front of the 7 child gods.
Oh, my, all covered with snow. You must be freezing. Oh, you dear poor things. Oh, that's right. There. That'll protect you from the snow.
Then the old man went about placing the hats on the heads of each of the other child gods.
There. That's the last one. Glad I had enough hats. Oh. Oh dear, there's a problem. I'm one short. Oh, of course. I'm sorry, but please make do with my hat. Well then. Oh.
Dear, whatever happened to your hat? You must be very cold.
Yeah, and exhausted too.
The old man told his wife everything that had happened.
Oh, that's all right.
Huh?
If the child gods are warm and comfortable, wouldn't that be enough for them, don't you think?
Ah, you're so sweet.
The hours passed, and the bell signaling the new year began to toll. The old man and the old woman went to bed and to sleep.
What could that be?
I wonder.
Where is the old man's house? Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. Here is the old man's house. Where is the old man's house? Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. Here is the old man's house.
Oh! Oh! What on earth happened? Oh! What could this be? I wonder, what could it be? Oh. Ah, so that's it. A thank you present from the child gods.
And so the old man and the old woman made the rice cake from the rice they had been given.
Oh, thank you. Thanks to you, we had a wonderful new year. Truly, truly, we thank you most humbly.
Afterwards, the old man and the old woman took great care of the child gods, and thanks to the child gods, they themselves lived healthily and happily ever after.
Long, long ago, on the top of a very high mountain, there lived a god who was very fond of having fun.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2.
It would soon be New Year's, and this genial god was wondering how best to celebrate the occasion.
There must be some way to have fun with this. A 1, a 2, and... what's this?
When the god looked down toward the base of his mountain, he saw a gathering of many animals.
Why not? I'll celebrate New Year with the animals. But isn't there anything more fun to do than that? What a great idea!
The god was very pleased with his inspiration. Shortly thereafter, a sign appeared at the base of the mountain.
To all animals, on the morning of New Year's Day, please come to the top of the mountain. The first 12 animals shall in turn reign for 1 year each as king of the animals. It's first come, first served, so be prompt. Yours truly, God.
Wow, king of the animals! Oh, boy!
The animals were quite excited.
Got to get up early on New Year's.
Go ahead and see who wakes up first.
You won't beat me.
I just can't wait till New Year's Day.
The animals spoke so excitedly they woke up the cat who was napping. Its eyes popped open.
What's all the fuss about?
Hearing that, the mouse told the cat a lie.
See? The day after New Year's, if you go to the top of the mountain, you can be king of the animals.
Oh, yeah? The day after New Year's, huh?
Right! The day after New Year's, that's the day!
In that case, I'll just take a little nap.
The cat believed the mouse and went right back to snoring. Finally, it was New Year's Eve. The top of the mountain was bathed in the red of the setting sun.
Well, I'm kind of slow myself. Maybe I'd better get off to an early start now.
The slow but serious bull headed straight for the mountaintop.
2, 3, 4, up, 2. Something feels itchy. Maybe I imagined it.
Whee! What fun! This is the way to go! All the way to the top on the back of the bull!
The bull marched straight on through the night. Before dawn, the other animals began to rise.
Nobody can beat my bounce for boing, 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 boing!
Well, then, I'd best be off too soon.
And the tiger set off for the mountain at a ferocious pace.
Boing, 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 boing! Yikes!
It wasn't only the animals of the local foothills who headed for the mountaintop.
King of the animals. Sounds interesting. I'll join the race.
With slithery, slippery...
Flapping its wings, the dragon made off for the mountain in a leisurely fashion. The horse and the sheep, who were buddies, encouraged each other on the way up.
How did it get so late? How did it get so late?
The hen was normally an early riser, but today of all days he overslept. The monkey and the dog started out amicably enough, but soon began competing furiously, which developed into an all-out fight.
All right, enough of that! No reason to fight! Anyway, we all have to be among the first 12 who arrive on the mountaintop.
Coming through!
There, Happy New Year. They're here.
2, 3, 4.
The bull had finally made it to the top.
I'm beat.
You're first, are you, Mouse? All right then, you're first and the bull is second.
The mouse is first? How did that happen? I must have blinked.
Well now, who'll be next? This is fun. Someone's coming. Oh. Good. Third place is decided.
Phew, that was scary. That tiger is fast.
The rabbit is number 4.
Ahoy there! I got here plenty fast.
So the dragon came in 5th place, and the snake came in 6th. And around then, the sheep and the horse were finally arriving.
Are there really ghosts on these mountain roads?
You'll be fine. I'll kick them with my hooves.
With the horse's encouragement, the sheep was at last able to complete the climb.
Thank you, horse. You should cross the finish line first.
Really? Well, here goes.
And thus the horse became the 7th to arrive, and the sheep the 8th.
Are you still at it? You don't stop. I'm going on ahead.
Hee, I won't lose out to you two.
We better get a move on too.
So the dog and the hen arrived at the summit together.
Too late!
Well, you've arrived at the same time, but let's say the monkey's number 9. Right, then the hen's number 10 and the dog's number 11. Can't rank the dog next to the monkey or they'll fight again, right?
So the god knew all about the fighting between the dog and the monkey.
Well, are we all here yet? One more to go? Soon?
Sorry. Went up the wrong mountain first, I guess, yep.
All right, so now we have all 12 gathered together, right? The first is the mouse, then the bull, and the tiger. After that, the rabbit, then the dragon, and next the snake, then the horse, and the sheep. Next the monkey, next the hen, and the dog, and last the wild hog. You will all take turns, with each of you serving as king of the animal for 1 year at a time. And with the new king installed on New Year's Day, that's today, let's celebrate!
Around then, the soundly sleeping cat finally woke up.
That was a nice nap. Now it's time to go to that god's place. Say, Badger, if we don't get going, we'll be late.
Who are you kidding, Cat? That finished long ago. I just decided it was too much of a bother, so I've been pretending to sleep.
But the mouse said it was the day after New Year's.
So you were fooled by the mouse. What the god said was New Year's Day in the morning.
The morning of New Year's Day? That mouse! I'll never forget this!
Nevertheless, the zodiac begins with the year of the mouse. Then there's the bull, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, hen, dog, and wild hog. That's how the zodiac got its start. And that is also why, to this day, whenever a cat sees a mouse, it gives chase, remembering the trickery that prevented it from joining the zodiac. And the reason cats are always cleaning their faces with their front paws is so they will never oversleep again. Or so it is said.